Hello, everyone, and thank you to JT Ladies Lounge, Jazz and T. And we are here. What's today? Hump Wednesday?
Hump
Yeah.
day. Yes.
Hump Day. So today we are going to be talking about relationship goals.
Woo!
What does that really mean?
Yes.
Hashtag relationship goals.
Yes.
When we see that on the internet, when we see people reposting and sharing other people pictures and other people memes and just sayings, hashtag relationship goals. What does that mean? We know what goal means. You're trying to achieve something. We know what a relationship is.
Right.
But what is the relationship goal? Are you trying to um what goal are you trying to reach in your relationship? Are you trying to reach the goal of having a family? Reach the goal of being happily ever married? Are you trying to reach the relationship of making your significant happy? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to reach the goal of just having that all dream? What's the
All American dream.
Yeah, the all American dream. What's your relationship goal?
I think that a lot of people, I guess because it's easier to see the front that celebrities put on. You know what I'm saying? I think we all admire that because it looks so pretty and so good on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Even, if they have a little flare up, whatever, but you see them, they're vacationing together, they got the kids, or they popping bottles in the club, or they, going to church together. It's like you see the togetherness of their relationship, and it kind of make you long for that, but you don't see the back end. You know what I'm saying? You don't see what it took to get there. You don't see the struggle. You don't even see the fact that if we know if it's real, because it may just be all for the gram. You know what I'm saying? They may be getting ready to separate, but they just holding it together until they feel it's an appropriate time to come out. So I think sometimes we set unrealistic relationship goals, depending on who we with, because 9 times out of 10 we know our partner, and if we know our partner don't enjoy doing those things with us, we're envious because someone else has a partner that everybody loves and they love the way it look. I mean, even more recent, Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? We knew from Lemonade it was issues. We knew from, the situation in the elevator. We knew from different songs that B would put out and different little things that Jay would say to hint to us that they were having issues. Sometimes, I mean, if you're a true fan, you can probably look at the picture and tell the non-chemistry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you also see them, in pictures. You see them on red carpets. You see them with Little Blue and at award shows. So those are the things you see, and you think it's all sweet, but in reality, they was having real life struggles. And who's to say that they're not anymore?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's always, new levels, new devils, and you always have different struggles no matter what it is. It could be really small, it could be really big. You never know. But they put on that united front for their fans and, to keep that money coming in, because no matter what, you never want to mess with that financial flow. So with relationship goals, like, what are some of yours? Are they unrealistic? Are they your goals, or are they goals that you see that other people have set and that's what you aspire to do because you feel that, it looks good, so this is what you think you want?
And you know what, just when you were saying about the vacation, I think when people start in a relationship or they seek more for a relationship, I think everybody wants the same at the end of the day. Happiness, friendship, trust, commitment,
companionship,
fun, companionship. We know. I think as the adults that we are, that we know is not all about that. But I think everybody has the same relationship goal. But at the end of the day, what else do you seek beyond that? It's more than that. Just that. Are you looking to build with someone? Somebody might be looking to build a business. You know what I'm saying? Businesses with your significant other. Investments.
Yes, very important.
You get what I'm saying? All that. So it's more to that, but we talking about the good, the bad, the ugly of relationships. We know it's not perfect. I think everybody, look for the same thing in relationships. But nowadays, we see on Instagram and Facebook hashtag relationship goals when you
Right.
just see the people holding hands and skipping, you know, in the
Matching
sand.
shoes
You
or, you
know,
know,
again,
whatever.
it's nothing wrong with that because
Yeah.
it's not to say that your relationship is not that, but do you, you know, hashtag or do you share somebody else's picture and say relationship goals? Because your relationship should be that. You know what I'm saying? Or that should be your goal for the relationship. It should be you. That should be your own your own goal that you want for your relationship, not because you see somebody else doing it.
Right. Right. And even
You
if
know what I'm saying? And not to say when it's gonna come. You
hmm
know, like you might not be in that moment of your relationship, but that don't mean that you can't achieve it. You know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying? So don't think because you see somebody, you know, sharing their love on Instagram or Facebook or to the world. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Share your love. Share how much you in love with your woman, your man. Do it. Be proud. That's a good thing. But don't chase the dream of somebody else's. Chase your own.
Yes. And
Don't chase that
yes. Yes.
relationship of
Yes.
somebody
I
else's.
love it.
Chase your own relationship.
I love it. And then, or if you can't chase it, fix it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Do what
right,
you need to
right.
do, or you know, because sometimes I think we have the habit of thinking we can control the actions of somebody else, and we have these relationship goals, and we have
Right,
what we see on TV, and we try to recreate it, but that other person ain't with it.
right,
So we have this, you know, and I'm not going to say only men, only women, because at some point everybody tried to change their significant other in a way that suits them. You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? So I
Which
think,
is what's the word I'm looking for? Compromising.
is it compromising or changing? Because compromising mean we find a happy medium, but I'm still who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Right.
And right?
No, you're right. You're
Okay.
right.
All right. I just wanted to make sure
No, you're
I
right,
had the right
bro. It could
definition.
be. No, you're right. No,
Yeah.
I wasn't correcting you. I'm just
Mm.
saying what you saying changing. Some people may look at it just compromising
Compromising. Yeah.
versus you're trying to change me.
You're literally trying to change me.
Right.
You know, like, okay, just say somebody does something you don't like, and you've told them and you explained it to them. Now you're trying to force them into doing something they don't want to do, because if they wanted to do it, they would have did it. They would have compromised when you talked about it.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But it's causing a hardship in your relationship, and it's causing you to not even want to be there anymore.
Mhm.
You know, so you so busy trying to love this person into who you want them to be, that you're
Mhm.
trying to change something that's just not, it's not going to change, because they don't want to compromise, let alone change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a
Right.
lot of times we try to make people be that other person we want them to be in that relationship. Like if I like to travel and my mate don't, you know what I'm saying? And he might do maybe a trip every 2 years with me, but I
Right.
want to go on more trips.
Right.
You know, and so
Right.
I'm going on trips with my girls, and he
Right.
like, bye. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, well, no, you know, come on, come on. So we drag them there, and they don't want to be there at all. So they
Right.
ruin the whole trip, or either they're just, you
Right.
know,
Right. So it's like one of, again, I guess that's one of those, your goal in your relationship. You may see everybody and they man traveling and doing stuff, but if your man don't like that, that's fine. Y'all may have something else that y'all do together a lot.
yep,
But you know what I'm saying? It might not be traveling, getting on a plane. It could be going up the street 15 minutes away. He may love
staycation,
that. Like
you know?
yeah, so you gotta adapt to your own relationship. Your own relationship goals. Don't try to achieve what everybody else is doing. Do what works for you.
Means you don't know that struggle
Trust
either.
me, do what works for you.
Yep. That's, you know, I dropped my phone, so that's what I was looking at on the floor,
Go ahead, get
because it
it.
fell out my lap, and
Go
I
ahead.
was trying to play it up, like trying to get it with my foot, but my legs ain't long
Nah,
enough.
go ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to,
Say
while she's
hello to the
grabbing her
audience.
phone, I'm gonna say thank you for everyone for joining us. With today's topic, relationship goals. What are your goals? What are your relationship goals? Are you trying to achieve your own? Don't look at everybody's. Don't try to compare the next relationship. Do what makes you happy in your relationship. Everybody's not gonna agree. You know what I'm saying? Your relationship ain't for everybody. So,
Nope.
you know, do what you need to do. So I want to call out a few names for people for thank you for joining. Quay Morgan Hill, thank you. Trayvon Joseph, Pre Scott, Carmen, thank you for joining. Stephanie Bullock, thank you for joining us. Elaine Parker. Carmen Nicole said, applaud others that are happy and be happy for them. Don't hate. Jealousy is so really nowadays. It's sad. Yeah, it is.
And it's not sexy.
It really is.
Get back in here.
Jealousy can actually hate the blessings that God has for you. Hashtag facts. You 100% Carmen, because my thing is, regardless of what somebody going through their relationship, you know, if you're a friend or if you're there and supporting them, you're gonna, you know, be there and tell them you can make it through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you probably even been there through your relationship what that person is going through, so you can kind of help them to say, you know, I did this, I did that, this person did this. That don't mean it's gonna work for you, but it kind of helps to say, well,
ease the road a little
ease
bit.
the road. Maybe you try this route or do that. It's not just about you know, saying, oh, you know, leave him, leave her, or
Right.
you know, like Jazz said, just because your man don't like to travel, that means he don't like to spend time with you. No, we might not travel all the time, but trust me, we spend time together. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about posting pictures. It's not about doing this. We do it. It's fun. It's nothing wrong with pictures, because the crazy thing about it is, before Instagram, before Facebook, before Twitter, we had them pictures that we used to take cameras and we plug it in the computer and upload it. We had the cameras that we would bring to the CVS and the Rite Aid stores
and develop
the film and put them in the photo albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like pictures haven't been taken of couples and relationships for years. It's just that now the internet and people have brought it to another level. Yeah. That's really what it is. Like, they have brought it to another level. So if you know, happy in your relationship and you posting the pictures and them vacations and what you doing with your family and your kids and your businesses, and you got your friends and your significant other supporting you, keep posting the pictures. Keep doing it. You know, but do it for you. You know, share your happiness. Share your happiness. There's nothing wrong with sharing your happiness in the world.
But make sure it's your happiness. Like I said, you know, or like we have been saying, you know, it's okay to actually, if you say relationship goals, that don't mean you can't have, it's just kind of like a role model, or like a marriage role model. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that you aspire to be with or that inspire you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can be inspired by what you see, but don't be deceived into thinking that it's automatically going to happen. Or it's going to turn out the same way, or it's going to begin the same way. Because like I said, you don't know those people humble beginnings. You don't know what they go through when that camera is off. You don't even know what they went through before they snapped that picture. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot that we don't see, but we just get so caught up in the happy. And I think it's because, you know, it's so much corrupt and chaos going on in relationships. You know, a bunch of cheating, a bunch of lying, a bunch of hiding. That when you finally see a couple that look remotely happy, you automatically want that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have it.
Right.
Or you think, or you don't have it, or you don't have it in the way that you feel you should have it.
Right.
So you're missing the whole entire blessing because you're envious of what someone else has.
Right.
Or because it ain't right. Like, you know what you're going through ain't right, but you see it to be better, but it's not where you see it to be at that time.
Right. Well, you're right. So talk to us. Let us know some of your relationship goals. What is it that you want to achieve in your relationship? Relationship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, whatever it is. When we say relationships, we just saying relationships, with your significant other. It don't necessarily have to be that you're married,
And it don't necessarily mean you have to be in a relationship currently, because it doesn't, just because you're out of one don't mean you don't want to be in one, or you don't have things that you foresee for your next relationship, whenever it may be.
Right, exactly. So share with us what are your relationship goals, because we already know relationships are good, bad, and ugly.
Yes.
But on Facebook, Instagram, and all that, we see the bad relationships. Some people don't have a problem sharing their relationship, the bad part. And then you have
some
the
people
ones
overshare.
That overshare, or even some that just share the good. I mean, but it's okay to do that. Even if you just share the good and you don't share the bad, it's fine, because it's not for everything to share. Facebook, internet, social media
is what we make it.
Is what we make it. You know, it's for interacting with people. It wasn't about to bash one another. It's not to judge people.
It was supposed to be social, but it ended up being a lot of people's diary and a lot of people's way to vent and have more than one people listen, I guess, to get feedback. But from what I can tell is when most people vent on Facebook, they don't want nobody in their business. I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Right.
But I think that, you know, you just have to stay focused on where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Oprah and Stedman. You know what I'm saying? I love that whole whatever they got going on. It works for me. But that don't mean I'm out here trying to make him Stedman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know how soon I'm going to become Oprah.
Right.
But, you know, it's like you have things that you admire about other people's. You can admire someone else's relationship.
Yes.
You know, don't be envious.
Word. That's the right word.
Yeah, don't be envious or try to duplicate it because it's not going to work for you the same way it worked for them.
Right.
You know? So it's just the whole relationship dynamic is very interesting. Thank you all for joining us again. I see we got Rich on here. He joined us. Carmen said, awesome show. Thank you so much. But we're talking about relationships here in the JT Ladies Lounge, and we're talking about relationship goals. Like, what are your... And the thing is, too, I think that a lot of times what we don't do is we don't sit down and find out what each other's individual goals are.
Right.
Because it's hard to have relationship goals when you don't even know who you're in a relationship with.
Right. Because you could just say, my goal, what I want out of this relationship.
My relationship goal.
Right. Because it can be, again, like I said earlier, having kids. You've been with your significant other can be like, I want to have kids with him or her. That's my goal. This is who I want to be, the father of my kids, the father, you know, the mother of my kids. But that never happened because once y'all go deep into the relationship, you realize he or she might not want kids. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, starting a business, investing. You know what I'm saying?
And
or even if you don't go that route, just I don't know, like you said, taking trips.
Just simple things. Just
the
having
things
a simple
that you do as a couple, the things that you do in a relationship, how you want your relationship to turn out in the long run, that's the goal.
It has to be agreed upon, first of all, because you can't make it turn out that way by yourself. And a lot of times, I think a lot of people find that they're in relationships by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I come home to you every night and we do this and we make things happen together. But I really don't know who you are. I don't know what you want out of life because I'm so busy planning for us that I never even took the time to get to know you. You know, like we were just talking about. I mean, that could even be their ambition. Like, do they have any? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's their next steps in life? Do they have a plan? Are they achieving any goals? How is this going to, how can you make this a us thing? You know what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of these goals we set, not including the other person, because everybody has their own idea of what they want their life to be. And sometimes the picture don't include you. You know, it may just be a relationship for the moment, but you thinking long term and they think in the next 20 minutes.
Right.
You know, we have Rich on here. He said, I'm over wanting a relationship.
No, Rich W asked, that's a female.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, hon.
I'm over wanting a relationship, maybe when I'm 70. Well, yeah, but I mean, sometimes even when you older, it still can be the same thing. It's your mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's your mindset when it comes to, you know, what you want out of a relationship. Because you'd be surprised. And I hate to put this out here because my grandfather is over 70 and he's still out there doing his thing.
I mean,
so I'm just saying, like, sometimes the age does not matter because you can get somebody over 70 and 80, you'll be surprised, and they still doing the same thing.
But you know, a lot of times,
sometimes the age
it don't matter. It's just all about mindset. And a lot of times,
it don't matter.
When you're not looking for a relationship, they find you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, I mean, you cannot look for a relationship or not look for that level of intimacy, but they tend to find you.
Okay, Rich said being in a selfish relationship dampers the goals. Yes.
Absolutely.
And again, and that goes back to what I was saying. At the end of the day, it's certain things I think that everybody overall look for in a relationship. You don't go in a relationship to say, "Oh, I want this person to be selfish." "Oh, I'm going to go into this relationship and I'm just going to be selfish." You know what I'm saying? You want that given person. You want to be a given person in a relationship, and you want the person to be given back. So when that person is not doing that and you feeling like you're being selfish, yes, that definitely dampens the relationship, especially if you are a given person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do tug of war. No, 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 I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to give that. But if you got one that feel that they're doing more, yes, it definitely can dampen the relationship.
And sometimes a lot of people are deceiving. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like they will really be selfish, and once you let them know, they'll start giving you just a little bit to make you think that they're trying to change.
Mm-hmm.
And when all reality, they're just trying to get you to stay complacent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But again, that's a conversation you have to have with yourself, because I'm sure this ain't just appear out of nowhere. I'm sure you've had this conversation, you've seen this done before. So at some point you get tired. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
get tired of going through it, and you do have to step away, but you have to step away to evaluate you and what you want, because it don't matter. You can leave that person all day,
Right.
but you
Right.
always gonna go back if that's what you're willing to put up with.
Right. Right. So today, thank you for joining us in the JT Ladies Lounge. We're talking about relationship goals. What does that really mean? What are your relationship goals? Are you trying to chase or achieve everybody else's, or are you trying to do your own? At the end of the day, do what's good for your relationship. Do what's right. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes your significant other happy. Um, Forget if I'm pleasing my mom, my father, um, my friends. Not, I don't even want to say forget, because if anything, the one person or the more than one person that you may be trying to please or trying to make sure that they care about the relationship are your kids. Because if your kids is not involved or your kids feel some type of way, you may never achieve your relationship goal. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can easily say, forget what your
That's the
friends
most
say,
important
forget what your
relationship.
coworkers say, forget what your mom and your father say, do what makes you happy. But as long as if you have kids in a relationship, or whatever case may be, your immediate family that's a part of that relationship, that's all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all you need to worry about.
And you know what? Rich just said I saw too many red flags, but I still find myself going back. And you know what? A lot of times we do see red flags. And the sad thing about us, we're so nurturing. And not to say men don't see red flags with women either. I'm not
Right.
excluding them. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that we see these red flags, and we'll address the situation a lot of times. And like I said, we'll stay because we see a small change, and
Right.
then it just becomes more of the same. They fall back into the same habits. So at that time, you can't. I knew that I've done the same thing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I saw red flags, hell, neon, glowing and
Right. Right.
flashing signs. Like, girl, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know I felt good at the end of that relationship, because ultimately it does end. I felt good because I knew I gave it my all, and when I left with
Mm-hmm.
no return,
Right.
no hopes to
Right.
return,
Right. Right.
and of course they're gonna come back. They're gonna, I'm sorry, I changed, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But once I know I've done my best, and once I know that I've given my all, it makes me feel good, because I can close that door and not wonder about, well, what if I would have stayed? Well, maybe he really did change. Nope, I'm not wondering that no more, because I gave you all that I had, and now that I'm done, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Now I can
Right.
move on to the next relationship, or even stay by myself, so I can evaluate why the hell I stayed in that relationship so long.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I do decide to move on with that next person, I can do it with a clear mind and a clear heart, and I'm not
Right.
carrying all of that baggage into the next, because I've already shut that door knowing that I gave everything that I had. It's not
Right.
easy, it's not fun, but I tell you what, it definitely saves me a peace of mind, and it saves all my friends and family bail money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it does drive you crazy. You know, you do start getting upset, and men do it too.
Right.
But I think it's good that, you know, when you see the red flags, you have to stop and evaluate what you're seeing and make sure you understand, like, yo, this is not going to change, and this is not conducive to what my relationship goals are or what our goals were stated to be.
Right.
You know?
And even with you saying that, when you know, say the word relationship goal, once you start saying this is going to be my goal in this relationship, you also have to make changes within yourself.
Real ones.
You know what I'm saying? In order for that relationship to work. Your goal in that relationship, you going back, Rich, to
familiarity.
Yep, to that relationship doesn't necessarily make you the weakest person. It doesn't make you the weakest link at all. It doesn't make you you know, stupid, whatever. We feel that way. Yeah, human, first of all, in the beginning. We feel that way sometimes. Why I keep going back? I feel stupid. I feel less of a woman, this and that. But you're chasing your goal. You know what I'm saying? You're chasing something that you're trying to achieve. Now, at some point, you may, you know, give up on it, but you're trying to reach a goal that you said you wanted in this relationship. So the first strike, that don't necessarily mean you just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because if you literally walk away from every relationship, the first strike, let's just say, depending on what the strike is or how much you can handle.
Yeah.
If you walk away from the first strike that just irritates you or piss you off or make you mad, you will never reach your relationship goal, because now you're just walking away from everything that you saying I can't do. Because in order to reach a goal, it's gonna be setbacks. It's gonna be downfalls. That's any goal that you're trying to do. You know, you're gonna go back and forth of you know, the setbacks. You know, when it comes to weight goals, career goals, and all that, everything is not gonna just be so perfect. So every time, you know, if you're in a relationship and the first strike, oh, that's a strike. Again, depending on what your strike is. But it may be something, you know, small that
some you just don't like.
Yeah, that you got to now look into yourself and check. You know, you got to look into yourself and just be like, maybe I need to correct myself in order to reach what I want out of this relationship.
And then also, too, I was going to say, maybe the goals you're trying to reach, you can reach them, but just not with the person you're trying to force them on.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you check yourself, but check the person you with. You know what I'm saying? Look at whatever your red flag is. Look at it and say, listen, now this is just too much. Like, this is not going to be conducive. This is going to be a trend. You're not going to stop. So I have to go. It doesn't mean you can't achieve your relationship goals. It may not be with that person, or it may not be that time for that person. Because we all mature and we all evolve at different times.
Exactly.
And sometimes when we meet that person that we think we have this relationship goals with, sometimes we're on different wavelengths. You know what I'm saying? So maybe years go by, y'all keep in touch. Whatever the case may be, you explore different relationships, they explore different relationships, and y'all come back on the same wave and y'all vibe is the same. You know what I'm saying? Because you have that little bit more of life experience.
Right.
So it doesn't mean you can't get it with that person. Maybe now is not the time. Or maybe you just need a whole new person altogether. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Life goes on. You can achieve and have everything you want to have, but it doesn't always mean the person that you want is the person that you need or that God has for you.
Right. Exactly. So we want to thank everybody for joining us in JT's Ladies Lounge tonight.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Shay.
Hashtag relationship goals.
Yes.
What are your relationship goals?
We
what
want
does
feedback.
That mean?
We want to hear what your relationship goals are. Even if you're not in one, if you're getting out of one, if you're about to go to the next one, even if you're not even going to a relationship, even if you're just dating yourself. What are some of your relationship goals with yourself and your God? What are some of your goals with whoever you connecting with next? Even if it's a reconnection with yourself.
Right.
So y'all get on here. Let us know what's popping. We want to know some of your goals. We're going to share, I don't know. Are we going to share some of ours?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's like not saying why not, but I mean, at the end of the day, we all been through relationships. I have had goals in a relationship. Yes, I have had heartaches. I've chased relationships, and even, you know, now the relationship that I am now, being engaged, we had breakups. We had separations and being apart. But now where we at right now, I am definitely like happy. Like I reached the goal that I wanted in my relationship. I cannot do nothing more but just continue on
to grow
and make it better. So yes, so no, it's not that you got to get all deep into it, but it's like yeah, because I have a story to tell. I definitely have a story to tell.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy where I'm at right now in my relationship. I had to grow. Not only him. At the end of the day, I kept feeling like, you need to do this. You need to grow up. You need to do this. But you know what? Let me tell you, it was me too. It was me too.
What?
Yes. But I'm okay. I can admit that, and I don't have a problem with doing that. And me sharing this with y'all and to the world is not the first time I said it. So this is why I'm able to do it. I'm able to admit that the reason prior to where I'm at right now in my relationship, I was the cause of the failure as well. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, what you said, resurface, refine myself, and, you know, search for what I really wanted out of this relationship. And at the end of the day, I reached my goal.
Yeah.
But I can't, it don't mean to stop here.
Yeah.
Because if I get real comfortable, that don't mean that it can go back sour. That's one thing where we mess up at. We get comfortable, we get that person back, and we start doing the same thing. What was the reason why we lost them, or what we did wrong and everything? Nope. You got to keep going, and you just got to keep going.
So. Got to keep going and growing. We're about to hit this commercial break real quick, maybe 2-3 minutes. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video. I want to see more of what your relationship goals are, as I stated before, whether it's with the person that you're with, the person that you're going to be with, you, God. It's all a relationship, because you have to have a relationship with yourself as well. That's important. Right. So you can't make relationship goals if you don't even know who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get in our inbox, because we want to definitely talk to you about this. We want to see what your thoughts are. And stay tuned to Jetsons Radio DC, Ladies Lounge with Jazz and T.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to JT Ladies Lounge on Jetsons Radio DC. I am Jazz and this is T. And we are talking about relationship goals, guys. Hashtag relationship goals. We have been talking about, what we see celebrity relationship goals, some of our unrealistic goals when we are in relationships, what kind of kills relationship goals, just everything relationship, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to thank you all for tuning back in. I want to thank you for sharing this video. Make sure you continue to comment, like, and share. And want to thank all the new guests that just joined us, Beverly, Tundra, and Serena. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. And we want your feedback. What are some of your relationship goals? Your realistic relationship goals, we should say. So let me see.
But I guess when you say realistic, okay, well, yeah, I guess when you say realistic, it's more or less like
your goals,
like things that you don't want to be in your relationship. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't want your significant other to lie. We don't want them to be dishonest. We don't want them to cheat. And not to say that that's unrealistic, but it does happen.
Can you be in a relationship without enduring cheating?
Like it does happen. And if it happens in your relationship, no, that's never a goal. But if it happens,
how do you
like how do you deal with it? Even if somebody knew that, what was going on in your relationship and you happy at one point, does that mean that, they shouldn't be happy? Oh, that's not real? Again, that's going on the internet, what you see in the post, what you see on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, that relationship probably went through something, but they beat it, they outcame it, they
overcame it.
Yeah, they overcame what they went through, what they struggled. So yes, they happy. Yes, you may see them pictures. Yes, you may see them taking vacation. Or yes, you may see it. Kudos to you. That was a relationship goal. You said that we are going to defeat this. So y'all defeated whatever it was that y'all had to overcome, regardless of what it was. Y'all defeated what y'all needed to defeat it as a couple, and y'all overcame it. That's what relationship goals are.
That's what
the good, the bad, and the ugly. Y'all overcame that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't let somebody else, or y'all didn't let what people say, or what people thought, or what people think y'all should do in y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's relationship goals. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Don't because you may see somebody, doing this on Instagram or sharing this, not even on internet, but it could just be somebody that you're talking to in the office, your workplace, that you may just know, a family friend. Like, don't compare your relationship to somebody else, because maybe what y'all had to go through is what made y'all better. You know what I'm saying? It go deep.
You're deep, girl.
I'm serious.
It does.
This is deep.
It's a deep topic. I mean, like you said, it can make you better, or it can actually reveal a lot of truths.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad when the truth is revealed, but what you do after you see the truth is on you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, hey, I see where this is going and I can still stick this out and I'm going to make this happen and I'm just going to endure whatever I need to endure just so I can reach this relationship goal, that's you. You know what I'm saying? But deep down inside your heart, you're not achieving it the way that you know is the right way. And it's not a way that's highlighting or boosting your self-esteem or making you feel good by any means of the word. Because no matter, if you keep giving yourself to something that's draining you, it's going to take away from you. And it's going to be visible, and it's going to be things you cannot hide. You're going to be angry. You're going to be bitter. You're not going to care about how you look. You just care about, what that other person thinks. It's going to be so many things that's going to affect your life when you're not happy and you still trying to pull at a relationship goal that is not meant for that other person to be in.
Right.
So it's times where you have to worry about like she said, the most important relationship, your kids and self. Because at the end of the day, them the two things you got. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real relationship goal. How you feel, how those two things functioning. And then you can bring somebody else into the picture.
Right.
And if they fit the frame, they do. If they don't, then guess what? somebody else will. It's just a matter of time. You know, it just depends on how much self-care and self-love you have to know that you deserve better. And being in a relationship ain't always about fussing and fighting. Like
Right.
it shouldn't be that complicated all the
Right,
time.
right. Because you're definitely going to do that. I mean, you're going to do that.
Mhm.
But again, it's just how you do it, how you make up, how you come together, how, you could say it's not going to happen again, or we're not going to fuss and fight about this again. That's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't want to argue, if you don't want to fight, you're going to try your best to try to compromise, not change, but compromise. But at the same time, you do got to change. You got to change. You have to.
It's called evolution.
It's not changing yourself, because we actually did a show about that. Losing yourself.
Mhm.
Like, have you ever felt that you're losing yourself for your significant other? No, it's not losing yourself. It's called compromising and changing. We all need change, not just in relationships. We know as parents, sometimes we need to change to help raise our kids a little better. You might be that parent. I might be going off the topic a little bit, but I'm just talking about the change as a person. You might be that parent that always fussing, but you realize that's not the way how you need to get to your kids. You
Right.
need to sit down and talk to them. So what
Right.
are you doing? You're changing as a person. At your workplace, sometimes in order to get that raise or to move up to the next level in your job, what you got to do? You got to change. You got to change, your work habits and everything like that. So yes, the same thing in relationships. In order to make your relationship work, you have to change. You have to compromise. It's a difference with changing and losing yourself. Totally different. But you got to change. You got to compromise.
I think with that change, I think in relationships it should be beneficial to both of you.
Yes. Agreed.
That's why I think it's more of an evolution. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I'm changing just to please you, I absolutely hate to change.
Right.
You know, if you tell me, you like super short hair and I shave my whole head and I'm over here like, I knew I should. I'm over here hating myself for doing it because now I look crazy out here in these streets.
Right.
But he love it. And I'm just like, well, as long as he likes it. But I secretly hate it. Like, you're just a whole miserable with the change. And I don't think that's fair. I think you have to evolve in relationships. We both have to evolve.
Right.
So, but that's important. Just making sure that it's the goals that you have are goals that you both have.
Right.
Outside of what me telling you, well, look,
right.
This is what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want my picket fence, my big house, and my poodle, and I want to be married. And he like, well, that's not what I had in mind, but you tugging on him, and he just end up saying, okay, now you in a relationship with all these things with the things that you wanted, and the person you thought you wanted, but guess what? He got the neighbor pregnant, messing with the girl down the street, wrecking your car, spending your money.
Right.
So you just have to, continuously talk with this person because, like, I was just listening on the radio. People change. Individuals change. Like what? Every 5 to 10 years, which you may have like last 5 years. You're not gonna like this year. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure y'all goals are still intact because
Right, and you're right.
It changes.
You're right. As long as you are 100% right, Jack said. Just make sure they are still intact together because if y'all reaching the same thing, you can't do nothing but keep going and keep going. That's what it is.
Speak that language.
You can't do nothing but keep going.
Yeah.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us again.
Yes, we do.
JT Ladies Lounge on Jetsons DC Radio. After we end, you can always come back and comment and share what are your relationship goals. What does that mean to you? Are you trying to achieve everybody else's goals? Are you trying to achieve what you see on the internet? Are you trying to achieve what you see on TV or what you see in relationships probably with other family members? Are you trying to say that's what I want? And like Jazz said, there's nothing wrong with admiring somebody else's relationship, but go for your own because what works for that person may not work for you.
Yeah. So let me ask you something, T. If you had one piece of relationship advice for maybe people that are in a relationship seeking to find one, suggestion, whatever words you want, like what would you tell someone that has goals they want to reach in their relationship and either they're afraid to have the conversation and they just moving,
Mm-hmm.
or they've had the conversation and it ain't moving. Like,
Okay. Well, I
not
said
advice.
no, not
Not
advice.
advice.
Just
A
giving,
suggestion. Your
yeah,
opinion.
opinion,
Yes.
or if you want to take it as advice, you can. But I guess what worked for me. Um, like I stated earlier before we went on break, you have to work on yourself.
You stole mine.
Because no, I didn't. Because I said that
That's what I was
earlier.
gonna
But
say,
that's
too.
what it is. Because sometimes I know we can do this both in relationships, but I'm talking about as a woman, as a woman, as a lady, as a female. Sometimes we are always pointing the finger at the male. Da-da-da-da. You ain't doing this. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. And we think that sometimes because we cook, we clean, we wash clothes, we are nurturers, like you said, that's all it is. Well, I cook, I clean, da da da. It's not all about. Some men could do that on their own. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to stand up for. I'm not trying to. What's not the word? Degrade us women. What we do, because we do a lot. We do a lot, just as moms, parents in a relationship. And not to say that men don't. You have men that do the same thing, but it's more than cooking and cleaning. You know what I'm saying? And folding and washing clothes. It's about being a friend. It's about having fun together. It's about being patient with one another. It's about having that spark, having that romance, having that that trust and everything. And I know sometimes in relationships, we have situations where it might not look right. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta really sit back and be like, you know what? Am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? Am I going off? Because sometimes the females, we can see things and be like, that don't look right. That female did this. She was too close. Or you walked by her and it looked like you did this. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm serious. Like, we can be rah, 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 rah. But,
And be totally all the way in the left field.
right. We got to look within ourselves. And not to say that they not probably being, jackasses. But sometimes we are too. No, I'm serious. Sometimes we are too. And I'm saying that because I know in my relationship, like I said, at one point, I was a nagger. And not that if I was a nagger because I wanted change within myself or him, but I know I did and said things in a relationship that made him react the way he did. You know what I'm saying? So I had to looking at me like that. So I had to realize, I'm also am the one that's causing to this relationship to just not be a relationship goal that I was looking for in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's again looking within yourself. What are you doing right? What are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't always just about what the man could bring to the table, what he could bring, what he could do for me. No, what you can do for him too. What you can do for him too. What can you do?
And it's really not even talking about like
no,
what can
I
you
ain't
contribute.
talking about just
it's talking
money.
about
No,
mentally
yeah,
too.
I ain't just talking about money. No, the money part. I mean, we all want somebody who can be there for one another. Have somebody that you can do together and build together, but not what he can do for you. What you can do for him too.
I agree. I agree.
Like, it's serious. Make him happy. Make him feel good too. Boost him up. Vice versa. It worked both ways. But it ain't what you can do for me, what you can do for him as well.
Preach, child.
I'm getting.
I see. Sheesh, guys, we might need another 30 minutes. Okay, Maya said sometimes women don't know better because of what they're used to. And when they get a good man that's trying to reach relationship goals, the relationship begins to fail because they don't see their female. They don't see their female is the problem. Women need to check themselves too. It's not a 50-50, it's 100-100. Come on, girl.
Right. No,
you bring it and he bring it. Yes, we bringing it together. I completely agree with you.
And one might bring more on this The other person might bring more, and this is never gonna. It's not. I don't want to say never, but it ain't. It's not always 100. Like somebody got to balance somebody out. You know what I'm saying? It got to be this person bringing this more, this person bringing that. This like it don't always have to be. Well, you do this, then I do that. You do this. Bring it together. Join that 50-50 together and make it 100. And even if in this area of your relationship, you may be bringing 60%, and he bringing 40. And I'm gonna say this, and this is what I'm saying. We're gonna kind of end the show, and this is why I'm saying this. In my relationship, I'm more of a planner. I'm more of the person that like the surprises. Like, come on, baby, get dressed. I want to just take you out. I want us to get dressed. I just want us to enjoy a night of just us out eating and a movie. That's me more in a relationship. He's more of the one, okay, what do you want to do? He's more of, no, I don't want to surprise you because you picky. You know what I'm saying? More, you tell me what you want to do and I got you. So does that mean our relationship not working? No. We just surprise or we do for each other in different ways.
Now, see, I don't think that's not giving 100. I mean, because you take the time out to plan and he want to make sure he right on point, I think that is giving 100 because he could try to surprise you and completely suck.
No, but that's why I was just giving an example. No. I'm not saying it, but I was giving an example how one person could be doing more in this area than versus the other person doing more. Like it's never, I don't want to use the word never, but it don't always have to be y'all doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
To come 100.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm more of a planner. He more of what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. I'm more like, nope. If I tell you what we're going to do, you might say, nah. So I ain't even going to tell you. We just going to do it.
You don't have an option.
Right. So it's do what works for your relationship that keeps it going, that keep that sparkle. That's all I'm saying. So your relationship goals, let it be your goals. You and your mate goals. And that's all I'm saying. So I'm done.
Awesome, girl.
I'm done talking. Because this can go into another hour. So we're not even about to do that.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you, Tim, for joining us. You're going to have to catch that replay, bro. But thank you for coming on, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you continue to like, comment, and share this video. We still want to hear what your relationship goals are. We want to hear what was working for you, what didn't work for you, what you tried to do.
Right.
If you guys have any, if y'all need to go deeper and there's something that you don't want to put on Facebook for everybody to hear, but you wouldn't mind us talking about it, we have lady letters that we accept. You can send them to TL2 with Jazz and T at yahoo.com. Also, fellas, you can write into, you know what I'm saying? It may be something that you want to discuss to get, other women's opinions or, just fellas that jump on. Again, that's TL2 at Jazz with Jazz and T. TL2 with Jazz and T at yahoo.com. So, let me see.
We got one more comment. Okay. Megan said, wait, right quick. What? Keep us going. Don't say no, give up. All right. I mean, if you have more, you can keep them going. We're going to another 3 minutes, so it's not quite 8 o'clock.
Yes.
So if you got more that you want to say, go ahead. It's more time. And like Jazz said, you can hit us up on TL2 at Yahoo. We also have the Wildcard Wednesdays where we have, like Jazz said, if some of our audience members don't want to discuss it, but they want a topic that they want to talk about, we keep the names anonymous. So if you have a topic of something that you just want us to discuss or, you want to share and you don't mind us posting it, let us know. And we're more than welcome to do that. Give it up, girl. Give it to, what's that? Give it up. Give it up. What are you talking about, Maya Goals?
It sounds like she's saying you withholding some information.
Oh, no, I said what I can say.
What keeps us going?
Listen, girl, like I said, this can go on for on and on and on, but I'm not even going to do it. I shared enough that I had to share in the next hour. I hope that it helps, other people, other women. Again, we were just talking about relationship goals. What are your goals? Do what works for you, because that's what I had to do for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Jazz said, you picked the right word. It's okay to admire other people's relationship, but don't chase their relationship. Chase your own. Chase what you want. Like you say, chase your dreams. Chase your relationship to keep it going.
All right now.
All right.
Now, T has spoken.
Okay. All right.
So make sure y'all join us Sunday. Yes, thanks for joining us here in the Ladies Lounge. This was super, super fun. As you know, relationship topics can go on and on and on. So if you got something you want to suggest, Maya, if you got something you want to talk about, make sure you hit us up. Let us know. We'll be more than happy to discuss it on our Wild Card Wednesday. But make sure you tune in Sunday as well.
Because we're going to have a special guest.
Yes, we have a special guest coming, and we will keep that a surprise until Sunday, and it is at 7 p.m. All right? You guys have a good night. Thanks for joining us.